we're gonna knock out our cardio and our strength needs today, hitting our total body in just 20 minutes. Hi, my name is Mariah. Welcome to Wellthy Boss. I am so glad you're here. Every week I bring you new workout videos from barre, yoga, Pilates, BALLETONE, and some meditations too. So do hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel. I would love for you to stick around and work out together. Now, we don't need anything for this workout other than a mat, but we're gonna get every part of our body sweating and feeling amazing. Let's get to work.
We are starting with our feet side by side, a little teeny squat into a first position turn out. So little teeny squat, turn out, squat, turn out. Nothing crazy here. We're just wanting to warm up those joints, your hips, your knees. There we go. We are going to get so much done in such a short amount of time today. We're just gonna blink, and before you know it, your heart rate is gonna be just revved up. You're gonna have sweat dripping down your face, and you are gonna have all those positive, feel-good endorphins making you glad you showed up here today. Now, next time the toes come apart, could you take a little releve? So arms come overhead, and then when you come back down, arms reach back like cactuses as we take a back bend. So it's a little releve, back bend, releve, back bend. Now we want to be careful with this back bend that we are bending the back by lifting the heart up as opposed to compressing that low back. The goal here is to work our back extension muscles, not to compress the vertebrae. We exhale as we return upright from that back bend. And now it's time to come upright. We're going to take the right leg behind us into a straight leg lunge, draw it all the way into a knee drive with little rainbow arms overhead. So arms go wide, come up tall, go wide, come up. Little balance challenge here as we start to wake up the larger muscles in our lower body, our glutes, our quads, our hamstrings. Amazing. Now I'm going to add a little extra here. So the next time that you step back in the lunge, arms stay wide, rotate from the waist towards that front left leg, and then center yourself again, and we'll take it up into that knee drive. Back into your lunge, we rotate and repeat. So we always want to keep our spine healthy. In barre, we try to work that spine in every direction it was designed to move in. Forward and back, side to side, and in rotation. So right off the bat, we're checking that rotation one off our list. Very good. And then stay in your rotation with the lunge. Maybe the hand comes to the ground. Maybe you even put a little weight into that hand. And then what would happen if you tried to float the back leg off the ground? And lower, and lift, and lower. Belly button is pulling in to protect your spine. Here's 3. Here's 2. Here's 1. Let's return to upright and then hands to hips as we just lower and lift the heel. So we're straightening into the calf. We're lengthening it so that we can get into our cardio bursts today more safely, but also work a little bit deeper into our joint actions. For 3. Here's 2. Here's 1. Now we get to do the same thing on the other side. So we step back left into that knee drive, rainbow arms, come back. Good, so we're just doing the lunge into the knee drive to begin. We'll add that rotation when we're ready. And next time, if you want to add that little rotation, and repeat. Good, we're lengthening the spine as long as it will go. We're pulling the belly button in towards the spine with that rotation so that everything stays safe and effective. Looking for 3 more of this series. Last one, and then you're going to stay down in that rotated lunge. Maybe the weight shifts forward a little bit as you take that back leg into the air and down and up and down. I could care less how high that leg goes. I just want your muscles to be working hard here to find a little bit of a challenge. For 3, here's 2, here's 1. Hips come forward now, shoulders forward, hands to hips as we lower and lift the back heel for that calf lengthening. And then let's come all the way up. We walk the feet apart from each other now. Toes go even wider into our plie. So we take it down into a plie. Arms reach to alternate sides so we get a nice side bend here. Come back to your plie. Next time we'll take it over to the other side. So we're getting a little standing core work here as we go. We're pressing the pinky side of the feet more firmly into the ground than the arch of the feet because we want to externally rotate into the hips, which means that the knees are like pressing away from each other as though they had like opposite magnets on them. Very good. Now find that plie and hold. Maybe go a little deeper if the joints allow. And then toes go slightly forward as you take a little hip hinge, and with legs still wide, walk out forward into a wide-based plank. Now you're going to stay here. I'm just going to position myself so you can see this from the side on my mat. And from here, we're going to do a little hamstring curl left, hamstring curl right, a push-up. Your knees may absolutely be on the ground if you wish. Come back up into that plank position, walk it back in, and we'll repeat. So take hands out, hamstring curl left if you wish, hamstring curl right, a little push up, knees can be down or up, walk it back in. Now you could come all the way up every time that you come into that forward fold. I have low blood pressure, so I try to avoid a lot of kind of up and down with my head. It makes me dizzy, so you can decide what works best for you. Those knees can come down anytime you like, but if you don't need them, let's challenge yourself just a little bit longer. And then next time you come out to your plank, just the push-ups. Just push-ups. Maybe knees are down, maybe they're up. We're pressing the shoulder blades away from each other. We're pressing the hands into the ground. Belly button is pulling up so that we avoid letting those hips sag. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, it is time to come all the way up. We are moving into our standing series. We're starting with some squats, but you've done squats with me in many other workouts if you've been following my channel for a while. So as you can see, we're just going to change it up a little bit by stepping right to left with our squats. So we're just in this constant state of shifting the weight, which is kind of keeping the body guessing, activating slightly different muscles than if we were not taking that side step. Now, with every squat, we always want to make sure that the knees are moving more towards the back of the room than the front of the room. Our shoulders are relaxed, belly button is pulling in firmly, like we're trying to squeeze into a tight pair of pants. Now pause at the lowest portion of your squat. Just hold the squat down. We're going to give me a little heel lift up with the right heel. Now take it up halfway with the squat, and then heel comes down as we lower, and then next time it's the left heel that comes up and lower. So we're only coming up halfway into our squat here. We're not coming all the way up, which is what makes this so challenging. Because otherwise, a squat is a squat is a squat. I mean, you could do it in a fitness class, you could do it in a HIIT class, you could do it in the gym, you could do it with a personal trainer. But what makes this a bar class is the way that we layer in these different ranges of motion, which gives us more muscular endurance, because are you feeling a little bit more fired up than a normal squat might make you feel? I sure am. Now could you lift both heels and give me a little 4 half squats? If not, that's totally cool. Now we're going to move to lowered heels for 4, 3, 2, 1, heels lift, 3, 2, 1, heels drop, 3, 2, 1, heels lift, 3, 2, 1. Let's set those heels down. Now we're just going to pulse, pulse. This is coming from the very center of your seat. So this is slow and controlled. We're not bouncing through the fronts of the thighs. We are carving out that behind. This is going to give us such strong muscles in the lower body, help keep us safe. We might just be a little proud of how we look in our clothes too, but that's just a side benefit. Here's 3, 2, 1. Now I promised you a cardio burst, so I've got options for you. If you don't want to take your feet off the ground, little knee swivels is that those heels come off. Use your upper body for a little bit of momentum here. And then if you wanted more, we're going to take that little jump side to side. And we're going for speed here. Of course, we want to be safe, but with a cardio burst, the little cardio session that we do at the end, we switch from slow and controlled to just getting that heart rate up. Find what works for you. Remember, you can keep your heels up but feet on the ground and just swivel, or we could take a few more jumps for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come up. Whew, it feels good to straighten those legs, but it is not going to last for long. Time to come into our lunge series. So we're going to do 4 lunges, and then we're actually going to keep that cardio going. 3 mountain climbers. So we come up with the opposite leg forward, 4 lunges. Now, if you did not want to switch your feet at the same time, I'll show you what it might look like otherwise. I'm just going to go a slight bit slower, and that's all good. And that's totally great as well. It's just maybe going to be a little safer on your joints if you didn't feel like it was nice to take that little hop. But if the hop is good, it's going to get your heart rate up all the more. So we're kind of keeping the cardio going throughout. Good. Now, because you may be doing those little hops, or you may just be doing some step backs, you are totally fine to be on a different pace than I am. We may not be doing the exact same thing at the exact same time. But the next time that your right leg comes behind you, we're all just going to pause there. We're going to be doing a little halfway lift, halfway lower. And you can join us whenever you're ready. No worries. So staying on the lower half, both knees are bent, and then both knees straighten just a touch. And then I'm going to add something else. So then the next time that I come up halfway, I'm going to straighten that leg behind me and then just bend it back in, lower back to start. Lift up halfway, straighten the back leg, bend it in, lower back to start. Let's do that 2 more times. Last one. Now just bend and straighten the back knee. Yes, bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. For 2, 1. Hands find your plank position again, and we're just doing some traditional mountain climbers here for speed. These don't have to look pretty. Mine do not. Good. Just as fast as we can go to get that heart rate up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause in your plank. Hold, hold, hold. Now you may have noticed we did something on one side that we didn't do on the other side, so we gotta rectify that. So that opposite foot presses forward now. We're gonna step up or straighten the legs upright into a lunge and take it back down. We're only coming up halfway. Take it back down. Challenging those muscles for sure. What's going on with your posture? Are we getting sloppy with the posture? Yeah, let's make it pretty. Let's make it pretty. I know you can. And then next time you lift up halfway, that leg goes straight behind us. It bends again, and we lower back to start. We lift halfway, leg straightens, it bends, we lower back to start 2 more times. Are you still breathing? I hope the answer is yes. And then just the straighten and bend of that back knee. I know, those legs are going through something that they don't go through on maybe a regular basis. Certainly not throughout most of the day. And that means we're creating change in the body, transformation. Very good. Hands come down, and why not? How about another set of mountain climbers? It just feels like the right thing to do to even ourselves out. You've got it. Maybe this one now, start to take the knees side to side, so you're taking them towards the opposite elbow. Add a little rotation in here. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come up to standing. We have one more standing series to do here. That is our plie. We saw this in our warm-up, so it should not be new. We are going to do a little plie here, and then arms come back into a little back bend once we have straightened those legs. So it's a little plie, legs come straight, back bend. We also saw this back bend during our warm-up, so it's not new. We know that we're really firming up in the belly to protect the low back. We're lifting in the heart for that back bend. We can strengthen our spine. And then just the plie for me now, please. So we omit that back bend. It's down and up, down and up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Only halfway, please. That makes a big difference. Now check in with your posture, please. We want to make sure the shoulders are still over the hips. There is no need to hinge forward here. We imagine we have a wall behind us and we're sliding down the wall, and we can actually feel the shoulders as well as the seat on the wall behind us. Now pause here. Could you sink a little bit lower? Yes, you can. And if the answer is no, because it's not nice on your joints, I'm 100% okay with that. Arms come wide, 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 and then rotate towards one side, rotate towards the other. The legs are just staying still, static hold here. We're getting a little extra mobility, and that's fine. Perfect. Now could you go a little bit lower? If the answer is yes, then do it. If the answer is not safely, then don't do it. And we're going to pulse up, 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 up for 4, 3, 2, and we're going to bring it home strong. You have the option to do some quick plies, maybe even a little plie pop. Or if you want that plyometric challenge, little heel clicks back to your plie. Heel clicks back to your plie. Only do these heel clicks, please, if you're not feeling any pain when you return to that plie. You want to feel like those knees are pulling apart from each other. Fantastic. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. We are going to hit the ground for some core. How does that sound? Want to make this a full body workout. So we are moving into our plank position. You may have your knees on the ground. We're going to borrow a series from yoga. That's our chaturanga here. So we take the elbows and spin them behind us so we actually feel the ribs into the inner edge of the upper arm as we lower down. Hips and belly and chest all arrive at the same time. Inhale, we're going to untuck the toes, pressing up into a cobra or upward facing dog. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift the heart up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bow down as we press back up into our plank. Big exhale, and then downward facing dog. Hips come up to the sky. Let's do that again. I'll give you options to make it harder if you'd like. Otherwise, of course, knees can be on the ground so that you can keep better form. Lowering down, inhale, upward facing dog, maybe the thighs come off the ground. And then maybe you return to an optional halfway hover, only if you needed more. Ooh, press back up into your plank and then down dog it is. That feels nice. I'm gonna give you even another option this time, and if you're like, why the heck would I do that? Perfect, stay with one of the previous options. You're gonna go ahead and lower down, but hold it halfway. Hold, 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 and then press up into your cobra or upward facing dog. Very good. Maybe we do a little halfway hold again and press it back to your down dog. That's amazing. Maybe just a moment here to enjoy that downward facing dog, just to prove that I can be nice. And then let's roll down onto the mat. We're gonna flip those legs out from underneath us, taking it into diamond legs, so feet come together. Hands come behind hips with fingertips facing forward, and with those feet pressing together in diamond-shaped legs, we're going to lift the hips up, drop the hips down. Lift them up, drop them down. We're really lifting in the chest here. You probably will feel a little bit of work and opening here in the chest. For 3, here's 2, here's 1. Knees come together now. Pause here. Now, if you wanted to extend this a little further, Legs come long in front of us. Lift those hips for 3, 2, 1. Come all the way onto your back. Extend the legs overhead, pressing them firmly into each other. Lower the arch of the back down onto the ground. We're going to inhale, draw a circle in one direction. Exhale and close it. Inhale one direction. Exhale, close it. Hips are as still as they can be. Other direction for 3, 2, 1, and let's press up. You are done.
So how do you feel? I would love to hear, so go ahead and drop me a comment below. And meanwhile, I have a special gift for you if you are looking to get back into creating some consistently healthy habits. This is my Wellthy Boss Starter Kit. It is absolutely free. It includes a free fitness goal setting worksheet that you can tweak every single month, a recipe guide that is going to give you a month's worth of make-ahead, low-carb, high-protein breakfast recipe suggestions, and my free bonus yoga plus cardio circuit 25-minute workout that you can't find on YouTube or on my website. So you can get all of those in a little bundle of wellness goodness at wellthyboss.com/starter kit. I would love to hang out with you. And until next time, be well.